been over 20 years and we've all wanted answers. We've all wanted to hear from Saul Campbell. Why did he break Tottenham hearts? Why did he join the biggest, most bitter rivals in Arsenal? And a really interesting fact has been revealed, which is just one more sort of notch in the bedpost towards Arsenal breaking Tottenham. A really interesting take here as well from, I said take, an opinion from Jamie O'Hara and the way he has condemned Big Ange. We're going to jump into that and get your opinions on it. Plus, Thomas Tuchel slams Gareth Southgate. But I, for one, agree with him. Make sure like buttons have been hit. Make sure you're subscribing. Let's take a little listen here to the overlap for just a second, or stick to football. Let's take a little listen.
How difficult a decision was it for you in terms of the consideration of the consequence of the media noise and the scrutiny and the criticism that you were going to get from Tottenham fans?
I think, for me, the episode of, like, trying to frame me for no reason, I think that really just kind of governed partly governed my kind of decision. Like and also, I wanted to win. I mean, you do think, like, someone's trying to...
I wanted to win. That is just such a dig, even though it isn't meant to be. It is such a painful dagger to the heart for Spurs fans. I know my dad is doing his nut listening to this.
Trying to kind of frame you for no reason.
That's also been said twice by him here. Framing him for no reason. So before his mind had been made up to what he was going to do, according to Saul Campbell, people at Tottenham were throwing him under the bus, talking about him being a snake, being a Judas, stabbing the club in the back before a decision had been made. And I always find it to be really interesting hearing the players' view of a situation. When David Beckham left Man United, the media painted it a little bit like Beckham thought he was bigger than the club. Little did we know, Fergie never thought that. He just thought it was the right time to move him on. But Beckham sat in his car crying his eyes out. He didn't want to leave. That wasn't how the media depicted that situation to me. I probably wasn't a kid then. I was probably about 17, 18. But that wasn't how it was depicted to me. And it's interesting hearing Saul Campbell say the same thing. Spurs essentially leaking and framing him as a Judas, as a snake, as a scumbag before any decision was made. That is interesting.
As a footballer, you're just out playing. You're a young boy. You're just playing. You want to win. I wanted Tottenham to win.
I don't know why I find it so funny. Maybe it's because of all the conversations we've had since 20 plus years ago when he left. He wanted to win. And Spurs fans have still won trophy since. Crazy.
I wanted to win.
Is there a bit of revenge then in your move?
Not revenge. It's like, you know, when you look at it, it's like...
Maybe a little bit of revenge. He doesn't want to say that, but again, I'm only reading what his tone and his body language are implying. He's trying to think of another word that sounds less bad or better than revenge, but there was a bit of revenge in there, wasn't there?
Been almost done over.
Yeah.
For no reason. You're innocent. I haven't decided where I'm going.
That's what's really interesting here. Imagine this. I understand Spurs fans are never going to like him. I'm not saying you should change your minds. But imagine this. Imagine it was your ownership who tried public negotiations, which have been going on since before social media. It seems to me like Spurs tried to make him look like the villain, to force him to go, oh, I've got to stay now. I can't be seen as this bad guy. And it's almost like Saul Campbell went, all right, you want to paint me as the bad guy? I'll be the bad guy. You want to paint me as a Judas? I'll be a Judas. This may also go to explain why he gets angry when people call him out for it. Maybe they don't know the full story as we have just been told here. But one thing I do know for sure, most Spurs fans publicly will reject this and say, not true, it's bullshit, he's making it up. But there does appear to be some truth to this. They're never going to side with Saul Campbell. But what it is a long way. What it goes a long way to explaining is, look, the rivalry's always existed. But Arsenal 110% broke Spurs with this. And I don't know if Tottenham have ever recovered in terms of that rivalry. So much about Tottenham's being is we've got to be bigger than Arsenal, finish in front of Arsenal. As long as we do better than Arsenal, we can class it as a good season. And I think a lot of Tottenham got broke by this 20 plus years ago, and they still haven't recovered. But I'd love to get your opinions on this. Up next, let's take a little listen here to Jamie O'Hara. I want you to take a listen to this.
You want to play young players and you're putting your eggs in the basket with the Europa League, but you still got to play Premier League football. You know, like the team he picked at the weekend, I don't really understand what he was trying to get at it. Like, it's 3 weeks away, Frankfurt. It's not like we're playing them on Thursday. Like, we're playing them in, what, 2-3 weeks? Like, play your best team for crying out loud. You're playing Fulham. It's a derby, and really, your results this season have been it's shocking. 15 losses in the Premier League. I mean, it's outrageous. Like, it's an outrageous stat, that, and there's going to be more. Like, there's going to be more. We're not going to go unbeaten until the end of the season. So there's going to be more losses. I don't know how he's still in the job. And the only reason he's in the job is because we're in the Europa League and he might fluke winning that trophy. But let me tell you, Frankfurt are a top side. They're a good team, a really good side. And we got to play them home and away. I can't see us getting through the tie.
Jamie O'Hara there. Look, he's being as honest as he can be. And what's always interesting with Jamie, you can tell he's being honest at this point. He loves to troll, he loves to wind people up, he loves to stick it to them. But I remember this being Jamie not that long ago.
Tottenham Hotspur are back now. They're back with a vengeance. I can't express how amazing this appointment is. Tottenham Hotspur are back.
Tottenham Hotspur are back now. They're back with a vengeance.
What I will say is
Arsenal.
They're going to be worried because Tottenham Hotspur are back now. They're back with a vengeance with a world-class manager at the helm. They're going to be worried because back.
Thank you. Someone said that through to me today along with that. And I just thought to myself, the fact that when they were doing well, the first thought is Arsenal. I really do believe that for Tottenham Football Club to move forward, they've got to stop thinking about Arsenal. On derby days, yes, think about them. But I actually think for a period of time, they have to... A lot of men do this when they break up in a relationship. Everything they do for a period of time, going gym, what they post on social media, where they do, is to try and get the attention of their ex. A lot of men do this. I've got to try and get the attention of my ex. They can't ever move forward because they're living backwards. And I think Spurs have got to address that. It's got to be an internal thing that they address. They have to drop. Arsenal need to be dropped from their mindset. They need to think about themselves and how do they improve? How do they get back to the top? How do they get themselves back to where they want to be or where they think they deserve to be? I'd love to get your take on that. Up next, we are talking Thomas Tuchel and a big, big claim that he has made.
No. Did England have a clear playing style last summer?
Not last summer, no.
What was missing?
The identity, the clarity, the rhythm, the repetition of patterns, the freedom of player, the expression of player, the hunger. They were more afraid to drop out of the tournament, in my observation, than having the excitement and hunger to win it.
What is the missing piece then?
Excitement.
How do you mean?
Excitement. That people feel that's the team to beat.
I love what Tuchel has said here. Now, he's had a lot of criticism for his first squad. I haven't really gone in on it. I've made a few passing comments on podcasts that I've been on. I haven't really had a pop because I'm going to give it some time. I'm not too sure about his rationale, and we'll see, how the team plays in the coming days. But for me, what I personally loved about what he said here is that there was no identity, there was no style of play, and he's identified what the key problem was. And there's a saying I was taught by my coach in the fighting game when I was younger, and it was, don't be careless, but don't be too careful either. And it stuck with me from 5 years of age until now. And that is essentially what Thomas Tuchel has said. We were far too careful in the summer. We played like we didn't want to lose, and we didn't enable the quality in our team, the Bukayo Sakas, the Phil Fodens, the Palmers, the Mainus, to express themselves enough or regularly enough. It's as simple and it's as straightforward as that. My hope moving forward is that that is addressed fully, that we become a more expressive team, we become a more attacking team. And of course, Thomas Tuchel was renowned for this. He did it at Chelsea. When you're up against a side that has better attackers, has more creativity, flair, and ability on the ball, maybe you do sit in, play a bit more on the counter, bring a few players into the team like a Rashford who are fantastic on the counter attack and utilize that element. You want to be adaptable. But I really do hope that Thomas Tuchel enables these players to operate in a way that gets the very best out of their ability. I felt England, for the best part of my life, have always played within themselves. We see how many of our players have played for their clubs. I expect to see something similar on an international scale, and we haven't done that on a regular enough basis. So for me personally, listening to this is amazing news. We'll see over the next couple of games what the system's going to look like and how we're going to express ourselves. It may not be the biggest tests at this particular moment, but I'm excited. I don't know about you. I like what he said. I don't care that he's called out Southgate. I don't care about the finals that he got us to. England, for me, I actually think we've underachieved in the last 5, 6, 7 years. We've got one of the best squads and one of the best talent pools in world football at this particular moment. And whether that's because other clubs are lacking or ours are brilliant or a combination of the two, I don't care about that. We've had the opportunity to win. And I don't ever feel that we've given it our all to do that. As ever, I want your thoughts. I want your opinions in the comment section below. Please make sure you're subscribing. Until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and I'll see you all again soon.